Hi, Mom.
Did we die in the trenches somewhere?
Someone put it down. Oh, we didn't post it.
We did it!
circus that was staying.
They were splitting up to get the
Live stream.
I did it. Let's go!
I could say I got it.
Yeah. This season. Woo! Yeah.
Let's go, bro. It's his last year.
It's a weird. Okay, bro.
There's definitely no one watching.
My mom is.
Did you have fun last night? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
live stream.
I wonder if my mom was there.
Dude, people ask me like, what are the consequences of skipping it?
Oh, look at that.
Someone's wearing the same cologne as my dad right here. Yo, can you like grab right here and pull it?
Am I on TV?
I'm on TV. That's Trout.
I know.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
And she's like,
Hi, Dad.
Mom.
Hi.
I pull up. My dad. Dad. Is always walking.
Bruno.
Bullshit. You know the professor.
Was it?
Oh, check myself.
So it's probably like the third official visit that happened. Avery! I miss my, what's it called?
Hi, Mom. That was nice.
Hi, Mom!
Hi.
Why are they away from us?
It's like, I think on the orientation schedule it was like,
Well, there's a music. Calm down, calm down.
There's brain.
in front of the camera. Oh, they're tripping. I'm losing it. On the kid. How is that?
Did it.
That's what.
Why am I better? Jimmy is Oh, there's the camera. Oh. Hey.
Oh, she has to like.
No, feel free.
Yeah,
You did it. What happened to them? Yes. Yo, let's go. Hi, Mama. Hi, camera.
Yes, I played!
Yeah! Oh my gosh! We got one! We got
Which, I think you answered that. That's It did feel weird.
Actually, like once I started it, I felt bad like ending the
Hey, Chris. Hey, let's go, Chris. That was cute.
It feels like my senior graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah! You got this! Yeah, Francis! Let's go!
Crazy, come on, man.
Let's go!
You're not even getting one. Sorry, I'm not gonna.
We should do that. We should do high five. Hey, he left me hanging. I know, I just realized. Front in the line. It's actually kind of scary.
Fade Walker. Boathouse meetings. Could've just fun. Hi, Mon!
We're so linked. Because we're going. Were we in the
Yeah, Santos! Santos! London! Yeah!
The sign, it says yours are in pricing.
So that they can like sell you on all sorts of products.
Oh, that was my jingle.
Oh, there's the camera. Lois, your friend.
Hi, Mom. There was like
Shit, I should have filmed it. I should have filmed it. I didn't touch my shot.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Right, you do get the.
I know. It's bad.
Yo, hello.
Doctor has something to say.
There's the camera. Girl behind you. Let's go. It's too narrow.
okay, I'm not gonna think of everything.
Okay, now it's time for my disappearing.
Yes. No.
So we're going to the main green?
I can feel the energy. I'm like,
I love
I don't know how. Okay, now we'll start.
So many photos. No idea.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
E equals MC squared.
Hello. I love high fives.
Thanks for having this on.
Sorry. It's not like I'm
That's Jared. He's the
Yay, good job! Oh my god, I smell like coffee. Oh my god.
Leadership education and They don't even tell us anything.
Administration, if you haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah, let's go, boys! Let's go! Yeah, let's go! Let's go!
This is exactly what I was like at graduation.
Yeah. I guess so, man.
Yeah, let's go!
You'll really thousands of them.
Oh, that's
I thought we literally just walked through the gates and that's it. No, I'm just saying that it's so cool.
can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
Please remain standing for the land acknowledgement. Brown University is located in Providence, Rhode Island, on lands that are within the ancestral homelands of the Narragansett Indian tribe. We acknowledge that beginning with colonization and continuing for centuries, the Narragansett Indian tribe has been dispossessed of most of their ancestral lands in Rhode Island by the actions of individuals and institutions. We acknowledge our responsibility to understand and to respond to those actions. The Narragansett Indian tribe, whose ancestors stewarded these lands with great care, continues as a sovereign nation today. We commit to working together to honor our past and to build our future with truth. Please remain standing for the invocation. Together, let us risk the sacred quiet of this our beloved green. Here where Brunonians and our complex history converge. Here where we play and read, where we dance and insist. Here where we walk on the wires between the trees, in the fog and in clarity. Here where we snooze in our hammocks and panic about our exams. Here where we envision all that just might be, and here where we contend with all that the world asks. Here, in this stillness together, we begin. Make us mindful of those who made our path and place to this green possible. They are sitting with us, whispering words of reassurance, begging us not to forget their station and their dreams, insisting that we carry into our life together the broken and bright bits of an aching and yet to be glorious world, inviting us to mend, to build, to heal, to see, blessing us with hope. Smiling to see us assembled here, Brown's next generation, and hoping with us that our privilege of this learning will be consequential, will be worthy. Tolling bells and pageantry, the Green and Van Wickle's Gates invitation announce this beginning anew. herald of 1764 ringing through the ages, and yet today, broader, rounder, more inclusive, and yet still announcing a circle to be completed. History's parabola. It holds us. We hear suffering's cries and we see gleaming accomplishment. Wafting melodies of hope and yearning converge. As we step together to be Brown's newest generation, may we receive in this place a new gratitude and feel the place that we have come from bring us grateful to those who imagined us and those who could never have imagined us. We revel in high hope and boldly add our own. We bear nightmares and dreams and visions that may yet become the world. Grace our green, our inner and outer foundations for justice. May they be indelible blessing and become new architectural strength for an emerging world. As we hum the bold anthems of Brown and of our generation, may the singing of ancient Brunonia rise in chorus around us to declare without reservation that this is Brown's rising generation, and we are the grateful, ever true, whispering, welcoming, in holy hope. Amen. Please be seated, and it is my honor to introduce Christina H. Paxson, Brown's beloved 19th president.
Thank you, Janet. Members of the Brown community, Provost Doyle, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, and students, it is my great pleasure as president of Brown University to declare the 261st academic year open. I extend my warmest welcome to members of the entering classes of the medical school, the graduate school, and the college. Among them are 1,401 exceptionally talented doctoral and master's students, 144 dedicated medical students, 10 resumed undergraduate education students, individuals who have gained valuable life experience between high school and their entrance to Brown. 157 very wise transfer students. And of course, 1,727 exceptional first-year students, the core of the great Brown University class of 2028. All of you are spectacular, each and every one of you. Everyone at Brown is so excited to welcome you to this beautiful campus and to this great community. To all of our new students, I hope you've enjoyed orientation. I hope you're not too tired, and the start of your Brown journeys. No one ever forgets the excitement of the beginning of college or graduate school or medical school. I can guarantee you that 10, 20, even 50 years from now, you will remember these days, and that some of your dearest friends will be people you've just met here on the Brown campus. My primary role here today is to introduce our keynote speaker, Dean Ashish Jha. But first, I want to offer you just a few pieces of advice for your time at Brown. First, important, do not rely on Google Maps to get you where you want to go. It can lead you badly astray. I learned this the hard way when I first arrived at Brown over 12 years ago. I was going to meet with somebody in the computer science building, which is called the Thomas J. Watson Senior Center for Information Technology, or just the CIT. Its address is 115 Waterman Street. But the directions to this address led me to a locked loading dock surrounded by blank brick walls. Needless to say, I was late for my meeting, and if you do this, you will be late for your class. For those of you studying computer science, the entrance to the building is around the other side on the quadrangle between Brook and Thayer. To compound the problem, Brown students have a habit of giving building nicknames. You may think of some new ones yourself. For example, if someone asked you to meet them at the Greg, which is actually Barton Gregorian Hall, you'll get directions to a diner, a Rhode Island institution that makes amazing cakes about 1.5 miles away. So you can bookmark that restaurant for another day. If you put in New Dorm, which is the old nickname for the Greg, you may wind up at Providence College, which is a very fine institution, but not the one you chose to attend. So don't do that. Now, maybe with AI, this will get better in the future, but for now, if you get lost, just ask a live human being. Everybody is here to help you. My second piece of advice is a little bit more serious. Over the next 4 years, get out of the Brown bubble. Excuse me. We have a beautiful walkable campus, and you will come to love it if you haven't already. But remember that it's located in the wonderful city of Providence, in the small but great state of Rhode Island. And getting out of the bubble means enjoying the city and the state. There's a wonderful pedestrian bridge down the hill. There's ice skating downtown. There's even a ferry that will take you to Newport, and it keeps going until I think mid-October. So that's a good one to remember. But leaving the Brown bubble is about much more than just having fun. It's also about community engagement, a commitment that Brown takes very seriously. The university's official mission is to serve, quote, the community, the nation, and the world by advancing knowledge and understanding. And note that in our mission statement, community comes first. Brown's relationship with Providence, honestly, hasn't always been what it should be. Think of the CIT that I just told you about, the loading dock and blank brick wall facing the local community. This stands as an apt metaphor for a time when Brown fully failed to embrace the city it calls home. Now, things have changed for the better. It's a work in progress always. In 1987, a year after the CIT was dedicated, the university established the Swearer Center for Public Service, with its mission of advancing the public good. And today, we proudly invite the community to join us at lectures, at sporting events, at performances, at buildings like the Lindemann Performing Arts Center, which, by the way, has a welcoming, public-facing, and easily detectable entrance. While you're at Brown, regardless of what program you're in, or even if you're new or continuing faculty members, you can tutor high school students, you can work on vaccination campaigns, you can support immigrant communities. You can conduct research that contributes to improving air quality in Providence and addressing health disparities. Or you can join Brown Votes, which is a nonpartisan organization created by and led by students that will be working hard this fall to ensure that every eligible voter in our community casts their ballot. So please make sure you do that. Brown's distinctive approach to community engagement is grounded in two core beliefs. One is that our community engagement and knowledge production, scholarship, are mutually reinforcing. What we do in the community is not divorced from what we do in the classrooms and laboratories and libraries. In fact, our knowledge is our most precious asset that we can bring to the community. Another foundational belief is that community engagement has to be grounded in mutual respect. This takes self-awareness. It takes humility. It means acknowledging that we don't have all the answers, and we may not even be asking the right questions. Building strong reciprocal relationships with community members and organizations require that we take the time and patience necessary to build the bonds of trust. But I can guarantee you that if you take the time to do that, you will build the habit of community engagement that will carry you through the rest of your lives. My last piece of advice is to do your part to sustain Brown as the open-minded and supportive campus community that we all want. University campuses are not designed to be complacent. We purposefully bring together people from widely different backgrounds, very different views, to test ideas, debate, sometimes disagree. That's essential for learning. and it can create some rocky moments. In a letter I sent to the Brown community last week, I acknowledged that we're living through an especially challenging time. National and global events are creating tensions and discourse across campus and around the country and also on college campuses. The issues we face invoke deeply held beliefs. They generate division and dissent that goes beyond what we normally experience. In times like these, how do we continue to be a cohesive community? Again, to call in the words of our mission statement, a, quote, partnership of students and teachers in a unified community. That's Brown. And the way we do it is we look to the principles that have long been part of the university's DNA. The first principle is academic freedom and freedom of expression. Since the time of its founding, Brown has valued diversity of thought. Brown's charter, and this was written over 260 years ago, famously declared that it would be open to students from all religious faiths. At the time, in 1764, this was a radical idea, and it set the tone for this university as a bastion of open-minded inquiry that's reflected now in our open curriculum. The second principle, which is the twin of academic freedom, is to respect the dignity and humanity of others, to listen to and learn from others who might have radically different worldviews and life experiences than your own, to reject prejudice and hate, to respect the rights of others to express themselves and advance their education and their scholarship, even if you might disagree. Freedom of expression, without regard for the views and humanity of others, it generates cacophony. Respect for others without freedom of expression produces suppression and self-censorship. But when these two principles are put together, that's really when the magic happens. That's how we achieve the bravely open-minded, caring, and kind community that sets Brown apart even in difficult times. I am so glad that all of you are here to play a part in sustaining and building this wonderful Brown community. Now, with that, it is my great pleasure to introduce our convocation speaker, Ashish Jha, who is Dean of Brown School of Public Health. Dean Jha is a globally renowned public health expert and medical doctor. He continues to treat patients despite the demands of the deanship. He's been a public servant working in the Biden administration as the White House COVID-19 response coordinator. As Dean of Brown School of Public Health, he's launched very important educational and research initiatives on pandemic response, health equity, disinformation, health data sciences, climate and health, and more. The school is growing and flourishing under his leadership with thriving undergraduate, master's, and doctoral programs. Many of you in those programs are here today. Welcome. Now, to many of you who are new at Brown, Dean Jha may already look vaguely familiar. And that's probably because you saw him on TV or in your newsfeed during the pandemic, when he became a household name, widely known for offering common sense advice on how families and communities could get through the pandemic safely. I think there are two reasons why Dean Jha became the trusted source of information for so many people during this stressful time. One is that Dean Jha offered incredibly clear, jargon-free, accurate explanations of the evolving science of COVID-19. He showed us that, with all due respect to the PhD students and medical students, we don't have to have medical degrees or PhDs in epidemiology to understand what was happening. And that was really reassuring. The second reason is that he always told the truth. And the truth was always grounded in science. If the science supported something like wearing masks, he offered his recommendation, then told you why. If the science was still unclear, like how long a COVID-19 vaccine would offer protection, he would say that too, and again, explain why. And this was also very reassuring. This demonstrates what I think is a very important point. Clarity and honesty in how we talk about science breeds confidence in the value of science. And as I think you'll learn from Dean Jha in just a minute, the value of science, which has and will continue to improve the health and well-being of people around the world, is enormous. Dean Jha's talk is titled Curiosity, Courage, and Conviction, Your Brown Journey to a Healthier World. Please join me in welcoming Dean Jha.
Thank you, President Paxson. And hello, class of 2028. And welcome to the new transfer students, the graduate students, medical students, School of Public Health students. Welcome to the 261st year of academic life at Brown University. Now, you just walked through the Van Wickle gates, your first step on a magical journey at this extraordinary university. Magical, because Brown has the power to transform. And that transformation of the Brown education begins today, in this moment when we come together to highlight all that you will learn about yourself, all that will you learn about others, and the issues that will expand your imagination. So on this auspicious day, I probably shouldn't start my remarks with a cartoon, but I will. Now, I can't project it, so you're gonna have to picture it in your head. It comes from the New Yorker. Two cavemen sitting around a campfire. One says to the other, "Something's not right. Our air is clean, our water is pure, we get plenty of exercise. And everything we eat is organic and free range. And yet no one seems to live much past 30. It's pretty funny. It's also pretty profound. Because you see, humans, Homo sapiens to be specific, you and me, we've been on this planet for about 300,000 years. It's a long time. And for 299,900 of those years, the average human life expectancy has been around 30. 100,000 years ago, it was 30. 1,000 years ago, it was 30. 300 years ago, it was 30. By the way, for much of human history, you'd all be considered middle age. Think about that the next time you decide to call someone like me a boomer. Now, for much of human history, a large proportion of kids didn't survive their first year of life. Let's go back to a relatively recent time, 1900. Around the time your great-grandparents were born, the global life expectancy was 32. But in the past century, which is less than 0.1% of human history, everything changed. Life expectancy globally today is 72 in less than 120 years. And today, I'm going to make what might seem like a crazy prediction. A large proportion of you out there are going to live to see your 100th birthday, your 110th birthday. Some of you are going to live to see your 120th birthday. But as that cartoon reminds us, what has driven these gains is not eating healthy and exercising. Again, I'm a public health guy, so that's really important. You should do that. But what drove those gains are the same things that are going to drive your Brown experience. You see, a few centuries ago, humans started asking different questions. And we started using new ways to answer those questions. Now, this new approach has lots of names. As a public health guy, I call it the scientific method. Others call it the creative process. Some just call it innovation. But this new approach sparked an intellectual revolution that has reshaped everything. And there are three principles that I have taken away from this revolution, and I want to share them. The first principle is you begin with curiosity. The scientific method relies on curiosity, the desire to know something. And curiosity rests on humility, an acknowledgement that we don't already know. The second principle is courage. Curiosity relies on courage, the courage to question conventional wisdom, Learning requires challenging your own worldview. Every experiment, every observation, every new piece of data should be designed to prove your current understanding of things inadequate. Third, the process is fueled by conviction. Not a conviction that you know the truth, not at all, but the conviction that new knowledge, paired with a strong moral compass, can make the world better. Now, I was reminded of this a few weeks ago when I was in the hospital caring for patients at the Providence VA. For my entire career, I've taken care of veterans. And every time I walk into a patient's room, I wash my hands with soap and water or use alcohol sanitizer. It's just something we all do by habit. But this habit is actually pretty new to modern medicine. For most of history, doctors never washed their hands. And for most of history, patients would come to the hospital with one ailment and die from infections they acquired in the hospital. And no one thought these two facts were related to each other. Until a curious Hungarian physician named Ignaz Semmelweis. He wondered, would doctors washing their hands save lives? So he ran an experiment and found it did, by a lot. But beyond the courage to ask the question, he now faced the daunting task of convincing others. By the way, most people in the medical profession thought he was crazy. Like, why would washing hands prevent patient deaths? It made no sense. He was mocked and widely derided, but his conviction in the data would ultimately persuade the medical profession to adopt this practice. And what's remarkable about Dr. Semmelweis's work is that it came decades before Louis Pasteur and Robert Koch put forward the modern germ theory that explains why washing hands lowers infections. So, for those of you who want to dive deep into physical or natural sciences, great. Know that inquiry makes you part of a proud tradition that has changed the course of human history. But for those of you inspired by arts and humanities and business or social sciences, your commitment to open inquiry makes you part of a proud and storied tradition as well. Because that spirit of inquiry inspires a musician to try new sounds and rhythms and compositions, knowing they may not work. It leads an artist to explore new interactions between light and dark, color and texture, unsure what will come of it. It inspires a historian to ask who is writing this history, unclear if they can accurately incorporate the missing voices. It powers entrepreneurs to see a problem, build a solution, with no certainty that their invention will work. Across disciplines, inquiry, rooted in humility, powers transformation. And it is that commitment to inquiry that makes Brown so special, magical, actually. With its open curriculum and its culture of academic exploration, you don't really have to know which direction your inquiry will take you. You are not beholden to well-established paths. You really aren't. And across undergraduate and graduate programs, multidisciplinary study, which, by the way, every university says, oh yeah, we're multidisciplinary. Well, it turns out it's in the DNA of this place. Deep inquiry has been the most powerful tool in human history. And today, I believe it can be the answer to one of the most perplexing challenges of our time: the incredible polarization that is tearing our society apart. This polarization shows up everywhere. Look, from obvious places, like vaccines and climate change, but to unlikely places, like music and sports. I mean, just ask Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And this polarization makes it very hard for us to solve real problems. Now, during the pandemic, I had my own fair share of dealing with polarization. And over the worst days of the pandemic, I spoke with people all over the country, across the entire political spectrum, via Newsmax and Fox News and MSNBC and others. And I spoke directly to governors and mayors and health officials and ordinary everyday Americans from red and blue states. And as I listened and as I learned, I came to understand something really important. I learned that what we have in common is so much deeper and more meaningful than that which divides us. And importantly, I learned we can reduce polarization that is so toxic to our society. Now, let me be very clear. It's not going to be easy, but it is doable. So how do we do this? How do we reduce polarization? Well, we go back to the first principles. We begin with inquiry, by being curious, by listening to others, not to persuade, but to understand, by being humble to new information. We must be courageous to seek out people who don't see the world the way we do, to learn new things that might change our thinking, with the conviction that through that process, we can make the world a better place. Now, this is becoming increasingly hard, because often our only interactions with people is through their online profiles where we're very quick to make judgments. And social media companies are not helping. Their algorithms drive us all into echo chambers. Now, you all know this perhaps better than most because you've grown up in it. And let me be very clear, digital interactions are great, but they are no substitute for deep, in-person conversations, especially with people who see the world differently. And that brings me back one more time to the magic of Brown and the power of coming together on this campus. See, with more than 10,000 of the most curious and courageous students you will find, this is a magical place. Oh, and by the way, I gotta say, some of the faculty and staff can be curious and courageous too, so don't ignore us completely. But those interactions with fellow students, faculty, and staff, that will fuel your Brown journey. Whether in a classroom, at the Ratty, on the main green, during a sports practice, late night in your dorm room. And in these interactions, I ask you to use the power of curiosity to learn, to have the courage to be wrong. And here's possibly the most important one. Build meaningful relationships with people with whom you disagree. And through that, you will experience the real transformative power of a Brown education. Right over there is University Hall, built in 1770, when the average life expectancy was about 30. And even if you made it past the childhood years and made it to 20, your life expectancy wasn't that great. To those first Brunonians, the thought that all of you would be sitting out here just 250 years later, and so many of you would live well past the age of 100, inconceivable. But then again, that the thought that the university would grow from a handful of students to all of you, also inconceivable. But yet, here you are, the next generation of great Brunonians ready to call this place home. So let me conclude by saying, may your Brown journey be full of curiosity and courage, rooted in the conviction that you can build a world more amazing than what the original founders of Brown could imagine, and more amazing than what any of us on this stage can imagine. Congratulations, and welcome to another wonderful academic year at Brown.
Thank you, Dean Jha. So remember, creativity, courage, conviction. 3 things. That's great. I want to just congratulate all of you again for your acceptance, for coming to this place. Why don't you give all new students, give yourselves a big round of applause. Class of 2028. I wish you all the best as you begin your academic journeys at this great university. And now I ask you to please stand and join the higher keys in singing, for many of you the first time, the Alma Mater.
Alma mater, we hail thee with loyal devotion, and bring to thine altar our offerings of praise. Our hearts swell within us with joyful emotion, as the name of Old Brown in the chorus we raise. The happiest moments of youth's fleeting hours we've passed 'neath the shade of these time-honored walls, and sorrows as transient as April's brief showers have clouded our lives in Brunonia's halls.
The program has concluded.